Hey everybody, Jay Cron here, CEO of Empower Network, coming to you again with another Empower Network Rising Star. Today we're going to meet with Chris, who is going to share with me the correct way to pronounce his last name. Chris, is that pronounced Dacres, or let me make sure I'm getting that right.
Nobody gets this right. It's Dacres, D-A, like acres, like the land.
Dacres. Okay, perfect. We are going to be talking today, ladies and gentlemen, with Chris Dacres, and Chris has been on our leaderboards for new member signups. We're going to be digging in today and finding out about his story, finding about how he's generating the success that he's generating, and as you can tell, we are very excited to feature him. As one of our rising stars, Chris is generating results out there in the field today. So what we're going to be talking about is something that is tried, tested, and proven. And we're going to get to know Chris Dacres a little bit better as well on a personal level. So, Chris, one of my favorite ways to start with every rising star I have the pleasure to talk to is tell me about how you found out about Empower Network. Tell me about where you came from and how we got to today.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So, like many of you guys watching right now, I just knew that there was more out there for me, and I came across Empower through dabbling in the internet marketing space, and I was in a previous system at the time, and someone had told me about this opportunity, and I didn't really take it seriously at first because I'm like, who blogs? What is this? It's $25. Is this really like what? Is this really the opportunity that I'm looking for? And I didn't take it seriously at first, but when I got to my first event in Austin, Texas, I was sold.
So coming out of the opportunity world and finding out about Empower Network, and what I love, Chris, is your honesty. That when you first looked at it, you kind of had a little bit of a reaction of, well, all right, guys, really? So blogging and $25 a month, and this is going to result in a business, and I love that honesty, and obviously coming to a live event is really what changed your perspective on it. So tell me about what life has looked like for you after Empower Network. So we got the story beforehand that you were working online, looking for a way to make money from home. I can tell you've got like a nice home office behind you there. I see the dream board in the background with the smartphone set up quite nicely right on there. Got the books and everything behind you. Then Tracy Walker for sure, yeah. Dave Wood, gosh, the autograph pictures, all right, well done. So, when you look at what life has been like post Empower Network, tell me a little bit about that. How has the experience been?
All right, so the experience, I would say, it's been like a maze. Like how you start here, and then there's so many different like paths and obstacle courses and challenges. That's what it's been like for me, and it's been. I don't want to say a struggle. It's been a challenge, showing up consistently, really believing myself, like kind of cutting the fat on what I can't do, and just surrounding myself around leaders like yourself, leaders like, the leadership that we have here, and just surrounding myself around the biggest thing I could really say about what we have here. It's the community, and it's like a contagious virus of success, of accountability and vision, really. It's just over the course of time, just like how you have a bottle of wine, it gets better as it ages. I feel like I'm that bottle of wine, and at first I didn't really believe in myself. I didn't have a vision, but over the course of time, it's like you just end up in a different world, in a different reality, and it's because of showing up and just being laser targeted, focused on what we're doing here. We're changing we're changing the world. Like it's crazy.
So Chris, let me ask you a question. One of my favorite things to ask everybody that I meet with is everyone in Empower Network has what I would call a favorite commission story. And for some people, it's their first commission, and they remember it well because it's like, man, that's when I knew that this was for real and it was working. Other people, it's that commission that came in when they were on vacation. They were nowhere near their computer, they were nowhere near their phone, and all of a sudden they come back and there's a commission notification waiting for them. Other people, it's making a certain amount of money in a day or a week or a month or a year, whatever it happens to be. If you were to say, your favorite commission story for you in Empower Network so far. Tell me about it.
Okay, so income disclosure, before I even go anywhere, results vary from person to person, and we can't promise anyone results. But my favorite commission story up until this day, I had a $600+ day. And
wow.
I was at the gym in New York City, and I had just, finished shooting a video on top of a building in the city. Like, I went all the way to the top, snuck out to the roof, and I thought it was a cool place, so I shot the video. And what had happened was this girl who was following me on Facebook, I reached out to her, just sharing my story, sharing the opportunity with her, and she was like, "No, I'm already in a business. I'm good. Thank you. Not interested." She saw my video, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I need your link. Let me get started right now, right away." And I'm like, "Wait, didn't you just say that you weren't interested? What happened?" It's because of what I learned here. I implemented it in the video, and it completely shifted her awareness on what was possible. So then she got started at the $25 blog. A couple hours later, I got a notification. "Congratulations, you just earned an Inner Circle sale." And I'm like, "Oh snap! Whoa! I just made a $100 commission." But then a few hours after that, she upgraded to the top producer formula, and I'm like, "Whoa!" Wait.
So Chris, I gotta ask, what did having a $600 day, how did that change your reality or your worldview? Had that ever happened to you before?
It's never happened to me before, and a lot of times you might think that, okay, well, other people are getting results. There has to be a secret. There has to be some kind of a system that I'm not following. What's going on? I don't know. But I didn't second guess myself, John. I just said, you know what? I'm going to shoot this video. I'm going to be passionate, be authentic, and just speak it into the universe that something's going to happen. And just like that, she just made a decision and invested into herself, and that created a success story for myself, and I promoted it on Facebook, and the community it was just beautiful, and it's just the beginning.
And Chris, I completely understand what you're talking about. Empower Network, unlike many opportunities, is very, very unique in the sense that the company spends a tremendous amount of resources and hires a tremendous amount of brilliant marketers to make sure that our sales material and our marketing material does as much of the heavy lifting for you as possible. Now, everyone, Chris Dacres' results are not typical because Chris is not typical. If you'd like to see our average earnings disclaimer, go to empowernetwork.com/income, and you can check it out there. But as you can see, Chris has a passion and a focus on his business that has allowed him to generate the results that he has. So, Chris, let me ask you one last question here, and then we're going to wrap up our time here together. These Rising Star interviews are meant to be quick. People can plug in, get to know you. So, if you were to look at the success you've experienced, and you were to summarize it into either one word, one sentence, or one habit, what would it be?
Damn, you're good. One word, habit, or
Like, I'll give you an example. Some of the rising stars we've talked to in the past, they've said that mindset was the key. Some have said it was consistency. Others have said it was believing in myself. Others have said surrounding myself with the right mentors. Others have said the top producer formula product is what changed everything for me. So if you were to look at
follow instructions.
Follow instructions? Well, congratulations, yeah. I haven't gotten that one yet. Yeah, and following instructions is actually in and of itself. If you look at it at the surface, everyone's like, well, yeah, of course I follow instructions. If I buy a table at IKEA, I open the instructions, put it together. We really don't understand how powerful following instructions can be when you're talking about a proven system that has delivered results before. And following instructions means making sure you're following instructions. That so many times we see people get caught up in trying to make it better, trying to make it different, and as a result, they don't get the results because the reality of it is the instructions are part of the magic. So I appreciate you sharing that with us, Chris. And, obviously the results you're getting, people should be following those instructions. So one of the things I always like to close with every rising star I have the opportunity to get to meet with is, if you knew that thousands of people are going to see this interview that we're doing, and those people may be in varying stages of their business career online. Maybe they're looking at us for the first time and they've never seen us before. They've never seen any of our products. Maybe they've just gotten started and they're just now beginning to get their feet wet and see what's next. Or maybe they've been with us for a little while, kind of lurking, thinking about really taking this business seriously and haven't committed. They could be in any area of checking it out. If you knew you could say one thing to those groups of people, if there was one closing thought you had, what would it be?
I would definitely say just following your heart and really following the leaders, because what we have here is effective leadership, and we're going in the right direction, the direction of success. And if I could just share my experience in a very short way, my biggest breakthrough up until this day right now has been the last event in Las Vegas. And I suggest that we all get to the next event, no question asked, But up until Las Vegas, I really had a breakthrough. And sometimes a lot of us, we're building our business and we're kind of all over the place, but when we get to these events, we really cement our success. We really cement our breakthroughs. And just a quick story. I got to Las Vegas, and I was in my hotel room, and I was thinking to myself, well, I need to be downstairs masterminding with the leaders, not upstairs in my hotel room being comfortable. I didn't come to Vegas to be comfortable. I came to Vegas to have a breakthrough. I followed my instructions. I took action, and I got downstairs. I bumped into leaders. Next thing you know, I was out with Greg Viegas. He said to give you a shout out, John.
Greg's the man.
And he told me, you need to be the one that breaks through after this event. He told me to go to Eric Worre's site, Network Marketing Pro. I followed instructions exactly when I got back home. I went to his site and I saw that Les Brown was having an event in Las Vegas a couple weeks later. I'm like, damn, I just got back from Vegas a couple weeks ago. Am I going to go, or am I going to stay here and be comfortable and wait for the next opportunity? John, I took action. 2 weeks ago, I was in Vegas. I booked a flight back to Vegas. Those tickets were $1,000. I showed up anyway. Missed my flight the first day. The second day, got there for the last 2 hours. Next thing you know, I'm on stage with Les Brown.
Oh, wow.
I'm on stage with Les Brown, speaking my vision, just sharing something. I couldn't believe it, but at the same time, I knew it was going to happen. I owned that. After that, I flew out to California for my first Millionaire Mind Intensive, taking action, doing whatever it takes, because I believe in this community, I believe in myself, and I believe in where we're going. Not where I'm going, but where we're going. You get what I'm saying? Then,
well, Chris, I have to tell you, man, when you talk about following your heart, when you talk about taking action, and those are really two things that I would say everybody that watches your story, they need to pay attention to that, and they need to follow their heart and take action. So you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Dacres, one of our rising stars here at Empower Network, hitting the leaderboard for new member signups. He is a name to watch, a gentleman that is clearly on fire for the vision that he has and the vehicle that he's on, and we would love you to take a look at that vehicle with us. So, Chris, any closing thoughts, man? Thank you so much for taking part in this Rising Star interview. It's going to be really exciting to continue to feature you and let the community watch the results that you're going to be generating. Thank you very much.
No problem. Guys, get started, take massive action, and believe in your dreams. Believe that it's possible. Don't listen to what your family and friends have to say. Stay focused, believe in yourself, and just make it happen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from our new rising star, Chris Dacres. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in our next Rising Star interview.
Folks, obviously the income examples discussed are extraordinary. The income claims presented are not intended to serve as a guarantee of income. Instead, they're designed to give you an idea of what's possible. Success in this business requires leadership, hard work, and dedication. Since we want to help you make an informed decision, we've gone above and beyond with our income disclosure document. If you want to see the average earnings, please visit the page at www.empowernetwork.com/income.php.